hopefully doing well. I don't know what's going on with my with my hair. It's just been doing something over here. I don't know if it's I don't know. Definitely not acting. It's not behaving. Anyway, yesterday was the 4th of July. Lots of boom, boom, booms, which makes, I don't think I ever mentioned that, it makes Bamboo, our big dog, it scares him. So he kind of is like this when it happens. It makes Dolly and Pickles, though, however, extra feisty. They think that the British are coming, I guess. So that's what I describe it. They get like they just start barking. They think guns are outside, someone's shooting up the place, and they won't stop. And at the point where like they're hype, they just get really agitated, and then they want to like charging the back door. They're just charging all over the place, like like they think someone's coming in and invading. So it's been we have a very let's just say patriotic, I guess, group of folks that live in this area, and they start their celebrations several weeks in advance. Basically, as soon as the places to buy them come up, they're already shooting them off, and I'm just like, they set them off on every holiday. So it's not just the 4th of July. So at first I was like, I'm like, okay, well, they're extra festive here at the state capitol because it's the 4th of July and it's 2 weeks in advance and they're already blowing them off, and they blow them off for like the next week afterwards. So it's like a 3-week period of constant boom, 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 which aggravates the dogs. But then it's Labor Day, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's Day, and whatever random holiday in between. Oh, did I say Labor Day? I'm like, what other one? Memorial Day. So it's like whatever random holiday. I'm like, do you stockpile these things? What is going on? There is a manufacturer, or at least wholesaler, up in Washington State, not too far up, hour and a half or so away, where people can get them year round, I guess. But yeah, nothing works. Like Boo, we just have to we put on the sound machines. So we have I won't say the names of the devices in case your devices go off, but we have the one that belongs to Google, and we have the one that belongs to Amazon. And in every room of the house, there's one version of them. So depending on what room they choose to be in, we'll put in what usually works is like thunderstorms, because it sounds similar to what's going on outside, but also has the rain sounds. So it just sounds like it's stormy, and it, I guess, masks to the best of my ability. That will usually calm the girls down once I want to go to sleep, and I have that running. But that means all night long I've got that sound, and I don't easily drown out noise like that. So it's just like it's been a lot. So anyway, I'm digressing just because I'm talking about all the crap. Let me do a nail check. So I didn't touch up my nails, but I did wear the Dior polish. This was 2 coats, and it did not wear that well, but I also did do a lot of housework this week, so that's probably. I did not do a base coat. I just did 2 coats of this and no top coat, so I don't know if that does anything, but similar wear to Holo Taco. So I don't advocate for a $32 nail polish. I think I bought this honestly because I was trying to hit a threshold to get a gift with purchase. So normally I wouldn't even look at other nail polish brands, but anywho, off on that tangent. So I guess that could be technically the week in unnecessary spending, but this was spent months ago. What I've done basically this week, because the new phone book was here, for the sale that's coming up for that store. I've been looking at that and have felt rather uninspired. So I was going to do a video, but of course I've already seen dozens of them and they're all like half an hour to an hour long. I've done videos like that over the last few years. I don't think anybody cares about what I think is a good deal or not a good deal. I mean, let me know. I think I'm just going to do a really quick one about navigating the hype, and it's not that big of a deal. It's not that deep. It's a sale. But some of the one I've been watching a few of them recently this week, and I'm not quite sure how to digest. I'm not a fashionista, so there's that. You can't come to me for fashion advice. So I get where they're coming from. They're all normal sized folks. There's a lot in this sale for normal sized folks. But it's more of a like, you need this. Oh my God, you need this. Like, you must try this. Get three and the three sizes, figure it out. Like, that's not my mentality for shopping this sale. I'm also not an icon. I don't spend $20,000 a year, and I'm not going to be there like the first day of the sale. So I don't shop from that perspective of fashionista. However, I have been shopping it. I'm like second generation shopper. So my mom used to take me to the sale when I was young. And then I started going on my own. I went with my mother-in-law a few times too. So it's just like, I've gone to the sale for decades, and I don't consider it like the be-all end-all thing. But at the same time, it does make sense to shop it. But I'm not saying, it's not like Black Friday, get in line and, have a fight over things. So anyway, I'm trying to figure out if it's even worth any time to talk about any lists. I might just do like a couple like shorts, like here's the 6 handbags that look cool. These are the beauty exclusives that I might, recommend personally or don't recommend because I bought them before. But I don't think I'm going to do a full, 30 minutes of me shopping the website like I did in the prior years. So I honestly think that like what I've said in the past is still relevant today. So yeah, I might do like a quick 5-10 minute, like, hey, so this is how I approach the sale. Like, I got the magazine, I have the app. Am I going to be there at like 9 p.m. when it goes live on the 11th for me? No, but you may. And if you want to, this is what you would do. But I think I want to approach it for like navigating it more for the average human and not the super spenders, because I don't want to advocate that you spend any money that you don't have to. It's if you're looking for sneakers, and this is probably a sale for you. If you need some tall boots, this is probably the sale for you. And so on. There's like categories that this sale makes a lot of sense to check out. So anyway, I'm going to work on that concept. But what you're here for, what we're here for every week. What are we here for every week? We're here to get fragrances. We're here to swap out our handbag. Maybe that. Anything else? You're going to see the dogs for a minute. I'll check them out. But mostly, I'm going to just swap the bag out and wrap it up at the end. I don't know if there's going to be anything too interesting that comes in the mail or to talk about in the next few hours, but, I will see you over there.
We're over here at the fragrance counter, and I did a boo-boo this week. I completely, somehow, didn't really absorb that it was 4th of July week. So 4th of July was yesterday, and normally I bring out, I'll just grab it. I bring out holiday for every holiday, and yeah, I just completely forgot So I didn't wear that yesterday like I would normally do. I could have just grabbed it, but I just don't do that. I always go with what's on the tray. So we wore Wood Sage and Sea Salt on the 3rd to the office. And I pretty much just stayed in this area most of the week. I did try this little mix of Orange Sanguine and Symphony to replicate what I'm being told the new Sun Song from Louis Vuitton smells like, and I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. However, on Instagram, one of the sales associates, client advisors, whatever that we follow, posted that in her opinion, the new Sun Song smells exactly like the old Sun Song. So I just need to get my butt up to Portland and do the true sniffy sniff. But I've hurt my foot somehow, but it's putting a little damper in me getting around and doing some stuff. So let me clear this out, grab new fragrances, and come right back. Okay, so this is going to be the tray of the week. Summer has come in like a banshee. It is going to be, I think, 80 today and up to 90 something by end of week. So it is hot, it is sticky, it is not fun. And when it's hot, I don't like to go any deeper than Gourmand and like this kind of floral. So I'm doing a bunch of vanilla. I'm doing pistachio, vanilla candy rock sugar from Kayali. I'm staying really basic in my fragrances just because I just can't have too much going on in addition to the heat. So really simple, basic week. I will move on to the next segment. We've got 2 well-behaved dogs. You've just brushed your teeth and got right through that very quickly. Good boy. You're being meticulous with your little toothbrush, as you are. Good girl. And then there's this one, who likes to wait until everyone's done and then fight with them because they're coming after her toothbrush. But she likes to eat her snacks first. You're just gonna wait around, huh? You guys are good dogs, huh? Yeah. Oh, there you go. You got competition now. You can have that toothbrush. Good girl. There we go. Good job. But you're always a good boy, huh, Boo Bear? Like, I always behave, Mom. Except for when this little thing bugs me. Well, you love your little pickle. He's your favorite, huh? Yeah. That's your best friend? I have my Hawaii ASMR playing in the background, so if you hear water waves, that's my calm me down background noise. So we're putting that one in. I want to wear something fun this week, so I'm gonna grab one of these color changing ones from last year. Do I want to do blue to yellow? Yeah, we're gonna go with this route. This color changing one. I don't remember the name. There it is. So this changes from this turquoisey blue to like a yellowy green, I think, if I remember correctly. I'll insert the picture, but the manicure may not show completely once it's done, but that's the shade of the week. I'm knocking over the camera there. So, you know, it wasn't a horrible week, but it wasn't like a great week, I guess is how I want to describe this. At least I know that I never ever want a Birkin 25. It's way too small of a bag. And really the only thing that made it reasonably bearable was the fact that it had a strap, and no real Birkin doesn't have one. So I will never ever want a real Birkin 25. This strap is kind of difficult to get out, but other than that, yeah, it was just, you know, not the right size for me. Love the color though. I did get a few compliments on the color, so there's that. But other than that, I actually found myself grabbing this a couple of times and running out, so that was practical. And is that it? Yeah, that's it in here. So yeah, I mean, it's just kind of gonna go in the shelf where all the non-important bags go, and just, you know, in the event I ever want to carry it again, I will carry it. But I think I want to go, ironically, with me whining about how small that bag is, I'm tempted to carry a very, very small bag this week. And with that, that would mean really downsizing a whole lot. So I got to get out of this, find a card holder to do that, and bring it all up here. So I will go do that and come right back. All right, my friends. So my desire this week is to use this tiny little reed bag, this microscopic reed bag. But if you saw my unboxing or unbagging, I think it came in a box from Poshmark. This was my $27 reed bag, which retail was like $500, I believe. So, I mean, I got it for a steal. I really want to wear it. The strap is a little bit short, but I picked up this chain from Amazon, and I have a feeling I can hook it here, and maybe get a couple more, you know, length, a little bit of length on there. So I'm going to do that at some point this week, but I'm just going to carry it as is for now. But if you watched that reveal, this fits the monstrous phone like with no problem. And I just discovered it will fit that bad boy in there. It's a tight squeeze, don't get me wrong. So it's not easy, but it goes in there. So I'm like, oh my God, it fits my favorite card holder in there. I can get my keys all in that center pocket area. I could slip a few things here. I mean, I don't like to put glasses in there naked, but I just wrapped it maybe in this. Oh, that's way too close. That's way too tight. I need to find some sunnies that will go here. And I have some, you know, less expensive. These are not designers, so I could technically use Pre-Revo. Probably put those in there and not care too much about what's happening. Bob's your uncle. Yeah, so just about everything except for these fit in there. Of course, my pen, I don't really carry those that often. Not gonna need coin. I could grab just whatever, one of these, and have them fit in there. So yeah, one of these could fit on top of that and still have plenty of room. So this is like the little bag that could. It just carries a lot. So that is the bag of the week.
Reed Krakoff Mini Shoulder, I believe is what it was called. I'll definitely insert down below, and you can get these for a range of prices. There are several on the Real, variety of colors, not fabrics, leather materials, finishes. I should use the word. Patent is very common, but this was a blacked out version that I just thought was gorgeous. I am going to swap out the strap, this Amazon one, at some point, and this is the bag of the week, the little baby bag. Okay, we are at the end. I have done 2 coats of this little bad boy, and I keep forgetting the name. Funny Feeling, which is a turquoise when absolutely cold, and because it's warm, it is turning yellow. And the first coat, after I put it on, I was like, it was almost sheer, like yellow, like bright yellow. So this is the tonal thing. So I'm sure by Friday, when it's 90 something degrees out, my whole hand will be just a bright neon yellow color, which is not my favorite color in the world, and probably why I haven't used this one before. But I really like the dark tone of it. So yeah, fun, novelty, mood polish, the things. But, and I think I mentioned this on the last time I put one of these on, is that apparently these don't have very good shelf life. So they actually expire after time, which kind of bums me out because I don't go through nail polish that fast. So I shouldn't have bought the whole collection. I should just bought like 1 or 2. So anyway, I digress. So that wraps up this week. The kids are displeased with the boom booms still happening, but it is what it is. We'll just have to deal with it and hope they pass soon. I did forget to mention in my earlier talking about adventures and unnecessary spending. I don't know if it's unnecessary spending because I think this is probably a good thing, but I spent most of the week, other than the Nordstrom anniversary sale research, I guess is what you're gonna call it. I was planning my fall trip. I am going to Chicago again this fall for trip 3. And I was spending pretty much the whole week figuring out. I booked my hotel. That one I figured out really quick because I like the hotel that I go to every year. But I was trying to find the best flight because I want to fly first class. My size, it just is more comfortable going first class. It's not the bougie thing. I'm not ultra rich, but I prefer to fly first class. And of course, I was sitting there figuring out the most economical way to do that. And I didn't get the PTO I needed to have off. So it was just figuring out which airlines could accommodate, how I could make it happen and not be as tiring as last time. We'll see what ends up happening. I've booked the flight. I'm not exactly thrilled with what I picked, but it's gonna have to do because it is what it is. The good news is that I believe have time to recuperate on the end of it. I'm going to work a half day the day after, so I should have a little bit of time to not feel as tired. But yeah, anyway, it's done. I have booked flights. I have booked hotel. It will be a shopping extravaganza. I don't know. I think I'm just going to go window shop, honestly, because there's not a whole lot that I mean, there are a few things from my wish list I want to pick up, but I'm not kind of in the spending mood right now. I always say that, and I end up spending a lot of money. So we'll see what October brings. It's going to be in October. I'll probably be saying a whole different thing by that point, but for right now, nothing inspiring to look forward to. But I do want to go to a couple of stores I have not been to yet, which is surprising that it's year 3 and there's still places I haven't seen and done in Chicago. So that is my goal this time, is to see the things I haven't done, visit all the things. So we'll see how that turns out. Anyway, I appreciate you. Tell me what you're carrying this week. Are you going ultra micro bag like maybe? I'm almost a little worried about how small a bag I'm carrying. But yeah, let me know what you're carrying, what you're wanting to buy, what's on your radar. Do you even care about the Nordstrom anniversary sale? Let me know. I'll see you next week. Bye.